Let's go through the core silk wheeling body mechanic drills, yeah? So we'll always start with the qua, the sinking into the hip. So that's really important in Chen Tai Chi. So let's do this wrong first. So you stand feet shoulder width apart. Remember, we just want to sink or squat down slightly or bend down using your knees, yeah? So we're going to really exaggerate this feeling. So it's like, can you see I'm bending into the knees? So you're probably, or we're not probably going to be doing this type of movement too extremely when we practice Tai Chi, but as we fatigue or when we're not used to certain movements, this is going to happen. And we don't want this because then we're putting our weight through the knee. And especially if we're doing like long form movements and slowly, it's not that good for our joints, yeah? And also in Tai Chi, it's based on structure and alignment. And if your structure isn't correct, then it's not really Tai Chi. So ready, we sink. So this is what we don't want to do, yeah? Okay, so we do bend the knees, but we want to use the hip crease, the sinking. So we will exaggerate, so we squat down, pushing your hips back and hinge, fold at the hips, and that will bend your knees. So obviously we don't bend forwards in lots of movements in Tai Chi, but we want to make this feel real, or our nervous system to understand. And then we push up. And then again, you can go deeper than me if you want. You can do a full deep squat if you want. And then up. And just start to feel, so place your hands on your hips as we squat. Just feel this sinking movement or folding movement at the minute and how that bends your knees, yeah? So we want the bending of the knees to start from here. Yeah, just forwards and back. And stick your bum out as much as you feel comfortable. Bend forwards, hinge from your hips. You can even squat deep if you want. Same thing if you want to work a little bit harder, or you can stay higher. And so you use your hands to feel, use your awareness as well to sense and feel what's going on, and relax. And then let's go back to the wrong method. So hopefully it shouldn't feel nice. So we don't want to do this. We want to use the hip to sink. So this time we're going to do the same. We keep the body upright, and the sinking movement is going to be small. And sink from your hips, and that bends your knees, and then up. Sink and up. So again, sink. Feel this sinking into the hips, that bends the knees. So we sink and up. So keep going. Sink and up. Sink and up. And remember, as we sink, we want this good shape, this good round. There's also like a triangle shape in there, and also like a rounded shape, like a bridge in between your legs. So this is developing that structure that we're trying to keep when we shift side to side. So up, sink, trying to keep that rounded shape. Sink and up. And now just because we're in this position and we're doing this drill, we can add to this, yeah? So this is not going to occur in every movement, so or maybe parts of it will occur. So we want to externally rotate your hip joints slightly as you sink. So if you look at my fists, it's that kind of internal feeling out. You keep your feet flat and your knees move out slightly, so you have more of this rounded shape and good structure, so good pung, strength in the legs. So remember, no pung, no Tai Chi, yeah? So up, so we sink. So in Chen Tai Chi, this is how we start to develop it in the legs, or start to understand it. So we sink and up. Sink, and remember, as you sink, feel your connection to the floor, and then you push up. So you sink, feel the pressure build, so you can use that kinetic energy to lift back up. So sink and up. Sink and up. Sink and up. And remember, we can do this when we do the breathing exercise. In, out. In, out. And one more time. And relax, shake out.